What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as I've been saying in the last 3 videos, we are in the midst of free agency, so things are still more than likely going to happen, but things have definitely slowed down, especially for one team that we thought would be very active, the Los Angeles Lakers. Because so far, the only 2 new additions for the Lakers this offseason is Bronny James and Dalton Connect, which is pretty solid, don't get me wrong, especially Dalton Connect, but outside of that, they haven't really improved their roster after they were swept in round 1 last year. There's a bunch of rumors of guys they're potentially attached to. The market's really drying up on who they could potentially get, though, to try to contend with LeBron James for these last 2 years. But man, I'm not sure what the Lakers are about to do next, but let's go ahead and jump in and let's talk about and kind of think through what the Lakers should do. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Also, guys, happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July if you do celebrate. Things seem to happen on 4th of July. I think, if I remember correctly, Kevin Durant got signed with the Warriors on 4th of July. I think DeMarcus Cousins also signed with the Warriors on 4th of July. And I feel like some other things have happened on 4th of July. So maybe we get some big NBA news today. I know the Lakers might make a trade, so maybe doing this video early is a bad idea. But hey, if they do something, then at least I triggered something to happen maybe, and I jinxed it or whatever you want to call it. But without further ado, real quickly, you guys, if you're looking for a share scenario, since it's been in the comments a few times, if you want to go download one on Xbox Series X, my gamer tag is Bumayo, whatever, however you want to say it. Just look that up, and there is a share scenario that I've been sharing on the 2K files here. But let's talk about the Lakers, man. So the Los Angeles Lakers, like I said, there's been some things that say that they are over the second apron, but they're still looking to make a trade. And I assume that's because nothing is official yet. Like LeBron James hasn't sign the dotted line, so maybe he could take a little bit of a pay cut so the Lakers could still make a trade. Of course, they tried to get Klay Thompson. That didn't work out. So what do they do next? Well, the 4 names they've really been attached to, of course, are Jeremy Grant, Kyle Kuzma, Cameron Johnson, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Like I mentioned, the market has really dried up, so those are the 4 guys you're really looking at. In my personal opinion, you may think it's biased, but I am a Blazers fan saying this. Out of those 4 guys, I think Jeremy Grant would be the biggest difference maker for the Lakers. I'm just saying. I can understand if you want to go get Kuzma maybe, but I know Grant's asking price is really high for the Blazers at the moment, but I do believe Grant would probably be their best option to try to do something next year in this Western Conference. You could trade first for Kuzma back, but that sounds kind of weird, not going to lie. But regardless, let's go ahead and jump into things, and let's see what we're going to do for this Lakers squad. So, we're going to free agency. As I said, the Lakers are technically over the second apron as of right now, like $1 million over it. But like I said, since things aren't signed pen to paper, I believe that they're not technically over it just yet, which is probably why they could still make a trade potentially. So that's probably where we're going to start with things. We're probably going to go make a trade. And you know what? I am going to try to make the Jeremy Grant trade happen. Like I said, in my personal opinion, you may disagree with this, which is totally fine. I think out of those 4 options that Jeremy Grant is probably the best option the Lakers can go after. And I know that sounds biased as a Blazers fan, but I'm not the biggest Jeremy Grant fan by any means, but I do believe he's probably the best guy to go get. Another idea that I kind of like for the Lakers, just because they're kind of hesitant to trade their first round picks, is LaVine. Sounds like if they're going to trade, if the Bulls have to trade LaVine, it sounds like they have to attach a first. So maybe the Lakers should just go get LaVine and get a first round pick on top of that. Maybe, I don't know. That's just kind of throwing that out there. But if it's not going to be LaVine, and the Lakers are hesitant to trade their first round picks because they want to think about the future after LeBron and AD, things are going to get weird this offseason. And I cannot wait to see what happens. But we are going to try to see if we can get Jeremy Grant on this Lakers team, because I do believe that would be the biggest difference maker the Lakers can add out of those 4 options, unless if another option pops up, which is possible. But Jeremy Grant seems like the favorite right now, or at least the best one of those guys, but it sounds like Kuzma is the favorite. But I've gotten him in a few videos already, so I'm going to go for Grant. Real quickly, guys, today's video is brought to you by 2 apps or 2 softwares that try to help you beat the sports books over the long term and absolutely make money off of them, because that's what gambling is all about. So basically, first one here is DGF's Optimizer. So these are for DFS apps. So if you play in like Prize Picks, Underdog, or any other DFS app, having a tool like this is so clutch because it shows you good plays on the board right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. So very late at night, so there's probably not a ton of value. So maybe come to Underdog and see something. So yeah, once again, the value is kind of dry, but basically what this does, it compares discrepancies across sportsbooks. So instead of just going on the app and just picking your favorite plays or whatever, or picking your favorite player, you come to this and see what the market is telling you. So For Jackie Young, as an example, under 19.5 points, as you can see, you have 3 different books favoring her to go under. You have FanDuel coming in at minus 128 odds. You got DraftKings minus 125 and Caesars minus 125. And like I said, there's so many apps to choose from. We found that play within 2 seconds. Usually there's better plays, as the day, obviously progresses. But yeah, using this for DFS apps has been absolutely clutch for me. Absolutely love it. And a recent one I've been using is OddsJam Positive EV tool. They also have the optimizer tool here on here as well. So if you wanted to go ahead and check out this on OddsJams, you could. But one thing DGF has is they have an AI slip generator. There's none on the board right now, but yeah, these 2 apps are phenomenal. They both have their own differences, but basically this like print slips for you, so you don't have to think about things. But back to the Positive EV tool over on OddsJam. So what it does is basically the same thing for DFS apps, but it does it for like traditional sports books such as like FanDuel, DraftKings. So like I said, really late at night, so there's probably not like a ton of good examples on the board. But if we come over to this play on rebet, so basically what this is doing, if you take a really quick look at it, Boston Red Sox versus Miami Marlins, total runs under 9.5. So which actually I think this play is moved. Let's see, can I find a good example? Maybe on BetMGM. So basically you're finding the best price possible. So this is a good example. So if you look at this one, first half run line, Colorado Rockies plus 1.5. As you can see, every book has it at minus 32, minus 235, which is only 2 examples. Like I said, it's very late at night. But you would be getting your best price at minus 190. It's just like car shopping, basically. So if you're going to go play a straight bet and you wanted to get it at the best price possible and you wanted to play this specific bet, it would make the most sense to put this on BetMGM rather than going to Thrills or FanDuel, because you're getting a better price at BetMGM. So basically like buying a car. If you look at 3 different dealerships and one of them has it the cheapest, we're going to go buy it. Probably the cheapest place possible, and that would be BetMGM. So go ahead and check out either of these tools. Links are down in the description below. Use code Crushables on both apps. You both get a percentage off if you use code Crushables. Absolutely love them. They've been pivotal part of my new sports betting career, I guess you could say. But I absolutely love them. Use them every day. Make sure you check it out. I wouldn't be telling you if I didn't believe it, but let's get back to the video. So as promised, we are going to try to trade for Jeremy Grant here, and it sounds like the holdup is basically this. It sounds like the Blazers want 2... Wow, if the fireworks are going off, and that one was super loud. Sorry, that just scared the hell out of me. But regardless, yeah, people are popping off fireworks. So back to what I was saying, though. So Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent are like just salary filler. You could replace Rui with D'Angelo Russell. I think Russell would have to be shipped to a 3rd team, but as you guys know, doing 3-team trades in 2K is like just impossible, so I'm not even going to try. So it's just going to be Rui and Gabe Vincent and a 1st-round pick. Now, the Blazers want 2 1st-round picks. So does LeBron James pressure the Lakers to eventually cave in and, get to the Blazers asking price? Is the ultimate question we have to ask ourselves here. Now, by the way, it wouldn't be the 2026 first. It would be, I don't know exactly which pick it is, but I know the Lakers have 2 picks to trade. But I know their 2025 pick is owed to the Pelicans, so it wouldn't be 2026. But as you guys know, 2K doesn't allow you to access all your draft picks. Super annoying. So I think once we are in the 2026 draft in this video, we'll probably take that pick back and send them a future pick in the future, because that's what it would be. But back to what I'm saying. Do the Lakers eventually cave in for Jeremy Grant? In today's scenario, we're going to say they do. So Jeremy Grant goes to the Blazers for 2 1st-round picks. That's what the Blazers are asking for. You can agree if that's right or wrong. I actually like that Joe Cronin is asking for that much because, I would love to see Grant get traded for 2 1st-round picks personally, but I'm not sure if that's realistic or not. We'll go ahead and see if it eventually happens. But one thing we will do for this video is we're going to make sure that Grant doesn't suck, because he does regress a little bit. So we're going to push his peak end age up. That way he is going to be good, at least throughout the video. Now, LeBron James is going to retire after like 1 season. I could bring him back by finessing the system a little bit. But Jeremy Grant is a Laker now. So that is fantastic. Jeremy Grant, welcome to the Lakers. You got LeBron James, Anthony Davis going down overall. D'Lo is still here. Jeremy Grant, Reeves, Jaron Vanderbilt, Jackson Hayes, Christie. Dalton Connect's going to play right away. We still have Christian Wood as well. But what does this Lakers team do? If they added Jeremy Grant, realistically, in your opinion, what's their record next year? How far are they going in the West? Like, is that really going to do anything for them? Or are they just inevitably wasting their time? I don't know, man. That's a good question. But regardless, we're going to simulate this season with how things are right now. And we're going to see if the Lakers can be good in this next season after adding Mr. Jeremy Grant to the team. So we got to cut one guy. Imagine it was Bronny James we cut. Obviously, we'll cut Colin Castleton, though. All right, so... And then one thing we could do is, there's already been reports Bronny James going to spend some time in the G League, so we're going to send him down. And then we can pretty much do the same thing with Max Christie, also just signed an extension. We can move him to small forward and he goes up. So we'll probably move him in around just a second. Actually, let's do that right now. So Christie's going to go to small forward because he goes up and overall. That way he can play a little bit. He got an extension like he's going to play. So move him there, and this is what it would look like. So it's D'Lo, Austin Reeves, Jeremy Grant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. That's the starting five we're rolling with. If we could trade D'Lo at the deadline, I will try, but there's no guarantees I'm going to get anything back in return. I assume we are definitely over the second apron now if we traded out Jeremy Grant. So let's see if that is the case. We're probably more than likely are, if I can find it. All right, so we are, yeah, over it. So if we trade D'Lo, we can only bring back less than $18 million. But back to the bench. So Vanderbilt's still here, Jackson Hayes, Max Christie, and then Christian Wood, and then Dalton Connect. So I don't like that rotation very much. I'm not going to lie. So I think what we'll do is we'll kick Christian Wood out of the rotation and just go ahead and give these minutes to Mr. Dalton Connect. So Dalton Connect will get those minutes. We'll go ahead, simulate this season with Jeremy Grant coming over to the Lakers. How much does that improve the roster? We are about to find out, and hopefully there is some much needed improvement, and hopefully we can go far in the Western Conference because we don't have much time with LeBron as we're off to an 0-5 start. So this is not starting out very good at all, and we could very well be absolutely screwed. So we are at the trade deadline, and we're exactly 500, and I'm trying to find a way we can upgrade the roster using D'Lo's contract. And I kind of have an option potentially here to make a trade, but we're going to take a look at potentially getting a wing here as well before we go forward with what I was looking at first to see if we can get a wing instead. And I just don't think that's probably going to be possible, so I think we have to lean towards what I was about to do. So we'll see if we end up doing that. So yeah, I mean, we could get maybe Sadiq Bey from the Hawks, but I don't really know how much of a difference that would really make. So you're averaging 11 points, 31% shooting from 3. So yeah, I don't think we'll go for Sadiq Bey. So I think we are just going to go ahead and turn our attention back to what we were going to what we were about to do. So the guy I was looking at in particular is actually on the Brooklyn Nets right now. And it actually kind of makes sense because there was some rumors about the Nets potentially open to bringing back D'Lo. But I'm looking at Tyus Jones, and I still think Tyus Jones is a very good player, and I think he'd be the exact kind of player we need right now. Someone who can play off ball, can play on ball as well, and of course is a really good passer. He averages 13 points, doesn't need to score too much. So yeah, I think getting Tyus Jones would be amazing. Also, we don't have to worry about re-signing D'Lo. Tyus Jones is locked up for 3 years on a really good contract. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. I assume the Nets will have a little bit of, well, they might not have enough money open. I'm not sure. So let's see if we can throw them D'Lo. So they do have to throw in some money in here. So that could be an issue now that I think about it. And we obviously, so he's making $12 million right now. So we can only throw in like someone who's making $3 million. So maybe we can get away with getting Tariq Whitehead, but then we have to throw someone in, which we can't do because we're over the second apron. So never mind. This is not going to work because the Nets cannot take D'Lo. So at the end of the season, Luka Doncic wins MVP. Alex Sarr is your Rookie of the Year. Nas Reed's your Sixth Man, William Defensive Player. Asar Most Improved, and Trae Young's your Clutch Player. Tom Thibodeau, Coach of the Year, and Zachary Staples is your Executive. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team. LeBron James makes an All-NBA second team even at his 40-year-old age. He is definitely going to retire on us this offseason, but I do have a way we can bring him back for one more season because I feel like he'll play at least one more year. We probably have like one more window of opportunity to try to get something done, but just honestly, man, I don't know if it's ever going to get done. So we end up as a play-in team, but I guess we get to play the Nuggets. So this West was just super competitive, I guess. We could say that. So we do get 2 chances to make it into the playoffs. So yeah, 25 from LeBron, only 19 from AD, which isn't good to see. Jeremy Grant was 17. 16 from D'Lo. Of course, you guys saw we tried to trade him at the deadline. Did not work out. But what I think we could do is we could maybe sign and trade him to Brooklyn to get Tyus Jones potentially this offseason. I think that'll be the first thing we try to do. But Connect averaged 8, which is great. Vanderbilt was 7. 6 from Christie, and then 5 from Jackson Hayes when he did get minutes, which I guess he was the one playing. It was Christian Wood that I benched. That's right. Okay. Well, here we go. We're going to go ahead and see if we can give it our best try to get into the playoffs. We're going to run an 8-man rotation, which leaves Dalton Connect out. I'm going to go ahead and throw Dalton Connect in, and we're going to move Jackson Hayes out. So that's what we'll do. So let's see if this ends up working out. We get to go one-on-one with the Denver Nuggets, the team that swept us last year. Maybe we can eliminate them in the play-in and get into the playoffs here and return the favor. Might get some sweet revenge here, and I guess we want to eliminate them. They might come back on us, but we do hang on. So we went and eliminate them as D'Lo averaged 25. Or he scored 25, I should say. But if D'Lo plays good in these playoffs, maybe we have to rethink some things. But we are in the playoffs straight up, and we get Minnesota in round 1, so maybe we can go on a little bit of a run here. Now, Anthony Edwards, Rob Dillingham, obviously going to be a huge problem. This is D'Lo's former squad. So it'd be really cool if he had a good series against them, but there's no guarantees that happens, of course. But 8-man rotation once again. They're, obviously going to kick Dalton Connect out once again, but I am going to throw Dalton Connect in. I think Dalton Connect is a much better player to have in here than Jackson Hayes right now. So we shall see how it goes. Somebody current round against Minnesota, and we'll try to take this as slow as possible. And we are going to win game 1, but now we're down 2-1. So we're going to go to Simcast immediately. So they do want us to fix the rotation quite badly, but right now we have the lead. So hopefully we can hang on to it to force or to even the series, and we do lose the lead. We take it back here, and we are going to even the series up. So we are not done by any means. Once again, though, they're going to try to kick Dalton Connect to the rotation, and I just highly disagree. I'm going to keep him in. Jackson Hayes is fine and all, but I think having Connect in would be a lot better than having Jackson Hayes play off the bench in this series. So game 5 in Minnesota to see if we could take a lead here. If nothing else, at least we didn't get swept this year with LeBron, so we could take that. But let's see if we can win game 5. We have the lead right now, and we are going to win game 5. So we do win game 5, which is absolutely huge. We do have Dallas awaiting us if we are to win game 6 in LA, which would be amazing. Beating Minnesota would be a huge accomplishment here. It is going to be a close one here, and we do have the lead, and we are going to win game 6 and win a series. So that is awesome. So you traded 2 first-round picks for Jeremy Grant in this hypothetical today, which, by the way, Lakers fans, let me know. I know Lakers fans want to see Rob Pelinka do something, but would you be pissed at him if he traded 2 firsts for Jeremy Grant? Like, if that's what the Blazers are asking, do you want him to cave into that asking price? Or do you want them, or do you respect what he's doing by saying no? Definitely let me know down in the comment section below. I should have asked that at the beginning, but hopefully some of you are still watching, although I probably pissed some of you off by now because I know Lakers fans can get triggered very quickly. But regardless, we get Dallas in round 2, who, of course, added Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes. They've done an incredible job. Of course, I kind of mentioned that in the Dallas video, so I don't need to glaze them too much here. But here we go. Somebody current round against Dallas. It would be amazing if we can, show Klay Thompson he should have came here. But we are up 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. And okay, so we're gonna have to simcast game 6 because I want to see us get to the conference finals with LeBron James. That would be amazing. And it looks okay, maybe. We are gonna have to go to a game 7, it looks like, in Dallas, which kind of sucks because beating them in LA would have been amazing. But unfortunately, we go to a game 7. All right, so once again, do I throw Jackson Hayes in here, man? I mean, we've gotten far without him, so I still think we're going to leave Dalton Connect in over Jackson Hayes. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me here. We're going to leave it. So, game 7 in Dallas to go to the conference finals. We start off very slow in the first quarter. Not what you want to see, and it looks like we might be going home unless we're kind of getting... No, we're done for. So we do push the Mavericks to 6, but inevitably we do end up losing 99-106, but it was kind of cool. So how did D'Lo do throughout these playoffs? Does it make sense to bring him back? Averaged 22 in the playoffs, so 44% from 3 and 8 assists. I really can't complain about that. D'Lo was pretty damn good. So maybe we just re-sign him and run it back. Maybe we try to do something else and keep D'Lo here. I don't know. But let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs and let's see how this ends up working out. So you Cavs, Mavericks, and the Mavericks go on and win it all. So the team that we lost to in the second round, we pushed them to 7. And they went on, they went on to win it all. So what can you do? So LeBron James is going to retire. As I mentioned, I do have a way of bringing him back for at least 1 more year because I think he'll play 1 more year. Now, unfortunately, someone's going to be a casualty here for this to happen, and it's going to have to be Skylar Mays. So how we're going to do this is we are going to import player DNA. That way LeBron James plays 1 more year for us. And I believe I can still get him through this. Yes, I can. So we'll bring him back for 1 more year. And LeBron James, I think, is set to make $50 million. So yeah, it's going to be like $51 million, I think, in the final season or something like that. So he is back after he's retired. So Skylar Mays, I'm sorry, but you're gone. You're disappeared Thanos style, and now we got LeBron James back. All right. Offseason is huge because this is the last one we have with LeBron James. Brooklyn wins the #1 overall pick. So I still think getting Tyus Jones would be beneficial for us if we can find a way. I'm just not sure we're going to be able to do that. So Logan Schmidt is still our head coach. Pretend that's JJ Redick, of course. JJ Redick is not actually in 2K as a coach, so I couldn't just put him there. Dude, I wonder how mad... or no, he's not here. For some reason, I thought I saw Darvin Ham, but I wonder how mad Lakers fans would be if I brought Darvin Ham back as an assistant. Oh, my goodness. But who do we want as assistants? We got Will Hardy or Darko or Taylor Jenkins. If Taylor Jenkins wants to be an assistant on this staff, that'd be amazing. So we're going to bring in Taylor Jenkins to be our assistant for this season. That would be huge to have him with LeBron James for 1 more year. And we're going to get our post-defensive coach. All right, so what do we do now? So, like I said, our draft pick is headed to the Pelicans this offseason. We should have our pick next year. We have 3 second-round picks, which could help out. So, I'm assuming with cap holds, we will be over the second apron. to, no, with Capitals, we're not over it currently. So it looks like we might be able to do a little something here. So what are we going to do is the question, because obviously we need to make moves. So maybe, so Austin Reeves make 13 million. Jared Vanderbilt's making about 12 million. And then we got like, yeah, so we don't really have, Vanderbilt's making 12. That'd be pretty close to Tyus Jones' contract. That's the first guy I want to try to go get. Do we trade Vanderbilt for Tyus Jones? I kind of like the idea of it. I'm not going to lie. So maybe that's, I guess this is the one I should be looking at. So yeah, I think that's what we will do. So can we try to make a trade happen on draft night with our 3 second-round picks to get, Tyus Jones here? That'd be amazing if we could do that. So I'm going to go see if trading Vanderbilt would get this done. So we're going to see if Tyus Jones, so yeah, we can offer maybe these 3 early seconds to get Tyus Jones, or 2 seconds. They don't agree to that. What about a 3rd second? And they still don't agree. Do I have anybody else I can throw in here? Maybe I can throw like Maxwell Lewis as a young player for them to take on. And they do agree. So we are going to get Tyus Jones, which I think is a phenomenal backup point guard to have. Even if we don't decide to keep D'Lo, we have our starting point guard in Tyus Jones then. But we'll see what we do. So love that start for us. We trade all of our seconds to get Tyus Jones, but we're going for it with LeBron James. One more season to do things, so we kind of had to do something like that. So free agency, D'Lo is asking for $25 million. I think if nothing else, we got to pay him. And if we decide to trade him, we can sign and trade him. But I think we got to bring him back. He was pretty good in the playoffs last year. So I think it makes the most sense to bring him back for another year. So we're going to do that. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do after that. So that all being done, we have DeAndre Russell, Tyus Jones. We have Austin Reeves as our 2 guard. So I think we'll move Dalton Connect to the 2 guard. That way he's backing up Austin Reeves. And then Christie will stay at small forward. Or we can, switch them vice versa or whatever. And then we do need some front court depth very, very badly. And the first guy I kind of thought about, because he's a good rebounder in 2K, would probably be Kevon Looney. So I'm going to go get Kevon Looney and get him on a contract here. So we're going to get Kevon Looney, which would be a really good use. And then do we have anything else we can do? We have Gary Harris, but like I said, we're going to go ahead and bring Dalton Connect to the shooting guard spot. So we got our backup 5 in Kevon Looney, which isn't like the greatest option by any means. But yeah, I guess our only addition here was Tyus Jones, which is a good one, but I don't know if that moves the needle, especially with LeBron James getting older. So we're going to sign Lamar Stevens to a minimum contract. And we're going to go into next season with just hoping for the best, basically, because we are screwed. So player progression. We almost got the conference finals last year, though. We almost did. So LeBron James progresses to an 18 up, obviously, because we made Skylar Mason LeBron James. But Tyus Jones, you have Dalton Connect developing. Jalen Hood-Schifino is also developing, which is definitely something I maybe should have taken into account. So maybe he can fetch us something at the deadline. Although I imagine we're over the second apron now. Let's see. So yeah, we're definitely over it now. So we're definitely over the second apron now. So we can't just throw like Hood-Schifino in a trade. But I feel good about the Tyus Jones addition. And now we can find out how we're about to maybe upgrade the roster further. Is there any way to truly do that? I don't think there is. I think we're kind of locked in with what we got. It came close to maybe getting to the conference finals last year. Adding Tyus Jones should help out a ton. He's a really good backup point guard. Hurricanes going to land us 8th this year, so they're a little bit higher on us than last year. So maybe with continuity just coming back and no Jackson Hayes and no, Cam Reddish on this team anymore. Starting 5 looks pretty good. Tyus Jones, Connect, Christie, and then Kevon Looney is your bench, and then Hood-Schifino if guys foul out. I don't hate it. It's not bad. We're going to send Bronny to the G League again, I think, and eventually we may get him some minutes, but I highly doubt it. I don't think he'll ever progress enough to really play unless we went like 5 videos or 5 seasons in this video. But I'm not really sure, because once LeBron James retires, I'm not really sure what we're going to have to do. I don't know what we're going to do after that. But we'll have the 26th overall, or we'll have our 2026 first in this upcoming offseason. But we'll see how the season goes, man. That's all we can really do. So maybe if we suck, we stop at the deadline. Hopefully we're good enough. But so far, this regular season is not off to a great start, although it looks like we're starting to turn things around a little bit. So we'll just see what happens. So we're at the trade deadline as we're 6 games under 500, and I'm going to look to upgrade the backup center position to see if that can change our luck. I know getting rebounding is a very important stat in 2K, and we're going to try to swap D'Lo for Zubac from the Clippers. So bringing back Zubac to the Lakers, they're making around similar money. We're not bringing back more salary than we're sending out because we're a second apron team. So D'Lo for Zubac, straight up, what do you say to it? They do not agree to it. So what if I threw a second and they do agree? So just like that, a second round pick gets it done, and we have our backup center now. So obviously Tyus Jones is going to take over that starting point guard spot, and we're 6 games under 500 right now, so we're hoping that Zubac can come in and provide that backup center position presence we truly need, because it was Kevon Looney, obviously. Now Hood-Schifino joins rotation as a new backup point guard, and yeah, so that's basically what we're banking on. D'Lo was, which I didn't really show you, but he wasn't playing so hot this year, to be honest with you. He just is averaging 13 points per game, so that's why we decided to move him. Would the Clippers really want him at this point? I don't even care. I feel like there's a chance they could want him because they need as much help as possible after losing Paul George. So yeah, he's averaging 13. He's still averaging 40% shooting from 3. But I still believe, getting Tyus Jones starting, I don't think is the worst thing in the world. So we shall see how it goes. Hopefully ends up working out for us. We'll take a look. So Tyus Jones this year is averaging 11 points on 47% from 3. So yeah, that's amazing. Hopefully he can keep that up as a starter. We'll see how it goes the rest of the year. 6 games under 500 right now. At the very least, let's just get into the play-in tournament to give ourselves a chance. But we'll see how things end out for us. So at the end of this year, Jokic wins MVP. Cooper Flag on the Nets is your Rookie of the Year. Rob Dillingham, 6th man. Wemby Defensive Player. Most Improved goes to Dillingham. And Clutch Player goes to Anthony Edwards. So, as I wished, we did end up being a play-in team. So at least we get one more year of trying to be competitive with LeBron James. But man, we only get one chance. We're not the AFC this time around. So we got to win 2 games to even get in. We'll see if we can end up doing that. So let's go ahead and simcast this one against the Sacramento Kings. So they do want to fix the rotation up quite a bit, which I'm totally fine with. I think we just go straight to an 8-man rotation right away. Don't even waste any time here. Still okay, Coach Schifino out, which I'm totally okay with. And then let's just shrink bench utilization down even a little bit more. All right, so Sacramento, they have Fox, Malik Monk, Simone, Keegan Murray, Sabonis, Quentin Grimes, Keon Ellis, and Devin Carter. So we'll see how it goes, man. We are at home for this one. We got to win 2 games to even get into the playoff tournament. So it'd be nice if we can win those 2 to give LeBron James one last final playoff run, as we are going to win the first one. So step 1 is done. Tyus Jones with 23. But now we run into the team that eliminated us last year. Now they are starting Melvin Aginsa at the small forward this year, which is kind of interesting. All right, well, here we go. Simcast. If we can beat the Mavericks, maybe we can beat anybody. But we'll see how this goes. And I'm a little nervous about this one. LeBron James or Luka is going home, which is kind of weird to think about. And it is going to be maybe them if we hang on to this lead. It looks like we might blow it at the very end, though. And we are going to very close, but almost blew it. Jeremy Grant with 25, 24. Tyus Jones was really good in those 2 playing games. Love to see that. All right, we're the 8th seed, so we get to play Denver. We did end up, beating them last year, if I remember correctly. I think it was Denver. So maybe we could return the favor again as the 8th seed. That'd be pretty amazing if we could do something like that. I highly doubt it, but you never know. So my current round against Denver as the 8th seed, and we are going to even the series. So we are definitely going to give them a fight here. So game 5 in Denver to take the lead. If we can do it, that would be amazing. Take them back to LA with a 3-2 lead. And it's going to be a close one, but it looks like they might have us here, and they are going to win game 6. All right, we got to, or they won game 5, I should say. We got to win game 6 to force that game 7, or we are going home empty-handed, and LeBron James is going to retire probably, yeah. So we're going to get eliminated in round 1. So yeah, that's probably where the Lakers are going anyway. So that's just kind of how it might have to be. We get eliminated in round 1. We give it our best chance, our best try, and it just doesn't end up working out. Pacers and Halliburton win the championship. LeBron James is going to retire. This time, I will not override it. I know I can, but I think I'm going to let him retire on that. And I think we can do one more season. I do believe with LeBron James retiring, that should open up a bunch of cap flexibility. I don't know if we're going to have a max salary slot or anything, but we are going to have that 17th overall pick in this draft. So we shall see what we can get done. Do we trade it? Probably not. I think if you're at this point, you probably, if LeBron James hangs it up, this is 2 years from now, so who truly knows what the Lakers are going to do, but you'd probably have to consider considering maybe potentially starting a little bit of a rebuild. So that's not what we'll do today, because we could draft Bryce James. I mean, we got to do it, right? We got to draft Bryce James here. So we go from one LeBron James to another James, and it's going to be Bronny James as well. So LeBron family just lives forever in LA. So I like it. So, I mean, I think this video would be something like to be continued, because maybe, once the Lakers figure out what they're actually doing in real life, if they're stand pat, as you guys know, I'm going to run a 30-team series where I do a new look video on every single team. And for the Lakers, I think we got to make it like 5 years long where we, build after LeBron. I'm going to try for one more year to build after him. And I thought we'd have cap space, but I'm totally wrong about that. That is not the case at all. But we should have, I mean, I assume we're not over the second apron still with LeBron James gone. Surely we're not, right? We're not over the second apron, but we don't have cap space. Okay, so we are actually under the luxury tax as well. All right, so what do we do now? I don't know. There's probably not a whole lot we can do. We have some, I mean, we have Zubac's contract that we just got. We can combine salaries, but I don't really know. Do we trade Jeremy Grant out? I mean, we could. Do we trade? We got to do something, right? Because Tyus Jones, Austin Reeves, and then, and I guess it depends. So we don't have a power forward at the moment unless we play like AD there, but I don't really want to do that. We got to get creative here, man. I don't know what we're going to do. So who we can get? So we really can't get anybody in free agency. Like the options we can go for are pretty mid. I mean, we can get Dorian Finney-Smith or, you know, Ochai Agbaji wouldn't be too bad to get right now, although he hasn't been very good. I mean, I don't know. I think no matter what we do here, we're probably not winning a championship next year. So you could just have, I could just end it here probably, but I'm going to try at least. So I'm going to sign Ochai Agbaji because he's the youngest one here and might develop if I move him around. So we'll just use our small MLE that we had on Ochai Agbaji. So we'll take that. And then maybe we can get lucky and get someone on day 12. We have a trade exception with D'Lo as well. All right, so we have our starting point guard, starting shooting guard. It's basically the starting forwards that we don't have. You know, we have Jeremy Grant, obviously. I guess we could slide Jeremy Grant to the power forward. He's, you know, played power forward before. You know, he could definitely do that. So I think that's probably what we do. So we're going to slide Jeremy Grant down to the 4. And then we can have Ochai Agbaji move to the 3. I assume he'd go up. So he does go up to 78, which is nice. We'll do that. And then we'll have Jeremy Grant slide to the 4. He'll go down. But, I mean, there's really no better option here. So we'll slide Jeremy Grant down to the 4. We have our bench, starting bench center. So who is the guy we trade out? I mean, there's really not a good option. There's not a good option here. So I think we might have to run it like this. Maybe we can combine like Looney's salary along with Hood-Schifino's salary and try to make something happen for like a good small forward or something. I don't know. I think we're going to try to go get a good forward with the minimum guys that we have, which isn't a lot. So threw both those guys in Trade Finder and found absolutely nothing that I liked. So I think what we'll do is we will take this to the deadline and just see where we're at as a roster. No matter what, this is the final season, regardless of what happens. But I'm not too optimistic this season's about to be very good. I don't think, I mean, there's a chance we don't even make the playoffs, to be honest with you. So Max Christie is going to start for us a small forward, which is kind of disgusting, but that's just where we're at as a team right now. So it's Tyus Jones, Reeves, Max Christie, Jeremy Grant, AD, Zubac, Hood-Schifino, Dalton Connect, and Ochai Agbaji. So I will continue to look to see if we can find a way to make something happen. But what I want to do is I want Anthony Davis' shot tendency to be, yeah, so it's a 75. I probably should have adjusted this a long time ago, but I mean, the man has to dominate. If we're going to be any good, he has to be the one that does it. So we'll see if that ends up happening. We can move Reeves up as well. We need him to be extremely good. Maybe moving these guys up will help out a ton. We shall see. I will see you guys more than likely at the deadline. Hopefully we're good enough to justify making a trade, but more than likely this team probably should head towards a rebuild, but we'll see how the simulation goes for us in 2K. So we are at the trade deadline as we are currently 22 and 28. To be honest with you, if I was the Lakers at this point, I would probably just go towards a rebuild. But since we aren't going to continue this video past this season, it doesn't really make sense for us to do that. We're going to try to make the playoffs this last season. We're only 6 games under 500, but what this tells me in the next Lakers video that we do when we do the 30-team series, we are absolutely going to rebuild this team and bring them back from the ground up after LeBron James retires. And we are not going to trade 2 firsts for Jeremy Grant. But I guess we'll see what the Lakers do in real life when that video happens. So we're going to go back to some of the offers we were getting, though, because they're actually extremely good. So Keldon Johnson being offered to us. At one point, got Dante DiVincenzo being offered to us. Taylor Hendricks is interesting. So I kind of like the idea of bringing in Taylor Hendricks to see if we can go on a run here. So I'm going to go for Taylor Hendricks, who's currently shooting 39% from 3. They want Hood-Schifino. I'm not even going to question it. We'll bring in Hendricks. He's our new starting small forward, and we'll run with it. So Hendricks, brand new small forward, and we'll absolutely live with that. So we'll see how that goes with Hendricks coming in. 6 games under 500 at this very moment. We'll see if we can turn this around, maybe make it to the play-in for a 3rd time in a row, but maybe this time go far in the playoffs. Probably not going to happen, but hey, at least we gave it our best chance and best try possible. So final season here, as here are your rewards, but we once again made it into the play-in tournament. So it's 3 years in a row now that we're in the play-in, Yeah, 21 for Anthony Davis, even though he pushed his shot tendency up as high as possible. I've noticed over the years that Sim AD is terrible. I don't know why. He just is. He's not very good, which is why the Lakers usually suck once LeBron James is gone. But yeah, AD is not what he used to be. 34 years old, but I feel like he used to be incredible in the 2K simulation. Not anymore. He's pretty bad. Regardless, we draw the Warriors, who still have Stephen Curry. They have Middleton now. Wiggins is still there. We'll see how we do, man. We're looking to try to go on a playoff run if possible. I mean, we're not a contender by any means. This team probably should just rebuild, but here we are anyway. So let's go ahead and see if we can win this one. It's looking good so far, and we are going to win the first leg of the play-in. And now we draw the Jazz, but if you guys saw who's awaiting us, if we beat this Jazz team, we're probably screwed regardless of what happens. So we are going to take the lead here. And we are going to be in a very close one in this play-in game. And we are going to go back and forth. It's a tie ball game with 21 seconds left. You know what that means? We should jump in and watch the end of this and see if we can clutch up and win. Or we're about to go home empty-handed and not make it in. Which obviously would probably be a good segue if this were to be the case where the Lakers are at in real life. If they get eliminated like this. I meant to do camera. Sorry if I can do this correctly. You probably head towards a rebuild. Like, if you get eliminated here, absolutely head towards a rebuild. Even though, you know, you're probably going to get eliminated round one regardless. But we have the ball. 124 to 124. Let's see if we can do something. So, AD is not even on the floor right now. Hopefully, he fouled out and is not just bench. We're going to get it looked like a screen for Jeremy Grant. But no, we're about to just let okay, Grant in the paint. And he's going to miss it. Get the board. He passes it out. Why did he just not put that back up? Connect. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Don't connect. Just won the game. Alrighty, well, we're not going home just yet. We're going into the playoffs, baby. We may have beaten the Jazz on a very fun game winner, but now we run into the Thunder. We have an 87 Nikola Topic, Shea, Lou Dort, J-Dub. Yeah, there's about a 0% chance we're beating this team, so we might as well just go ahead and accept our fate in some late current round and just lose, you know, peacefully. So, we won game one, but yeah, after that, it's absolutely cooked. So, you know what? At least we got a fun game winner and a play-in game to end this one. The Thunder went all the way to win the championship as well. So we, you know, two different times where we lost to the team that went on to win it all. So what can you do? Fun video regardless. Guys, what are the Lakers going to do, man? Are they really just going to run it back? Or are they going to cave in to Jeremy Grant? Or maybe they get Kuzma? Maybe by the time you're seeing this, they made a trade and this video ages poorly. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. Lakers fans, let me know. Please don't be too mad at me for whatever I did in this video. Other than that, enjoy your holiday. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.